Alright guys, welcome back to the DMs. It has been a minute since we made a video. Actually, it hasn't been a minute since we made a video, it's been a minute since we posted a video because we have made 6 or 7 videos so far that all failed due to random technical difficulties. So, we're back today and we're going to be discussing addition, one of the fundamental mathematical operations. This is going to be part of a 4-part series on addition and then multiplication, subtraction, and then division. We're going to go through all 4 of them and how they work when you add even just single-digit numbers, including double-digit numbers, 3-digit numbers, and so on and so forth. You probably learned this stuff way back in elementary school, but we're going to break down today exactly how it works and why it works the way that it does. Alright, so let's get into addition. This video is on addition, so let's write that out. So the basis of pretty much all math is, built on the fundamental truth that numbers are, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 follows 1, 3 follows 2, and so on and so forth. You have to just accept that as truth. We don't have time to prove that. So that is one of the basic principles, and the second one is counting, and that follows the same principle that 2 is after 1, 3 is after 2, and so on until you get to 9, and we have 10 numerals in our decimal system, which is what I talked about in the number systems video. So you have to just accept counting and numerals as fact in order to get to where we can add, because, well, like I said, you learn how to count by 1s, 2s, 3s. You should probably know how to count by up to 12s, just by heart. For most math, that's all you really need. So, 1s, you go 1, 2, 3, all the way up. 2s is just all the even numbers, so that would be 2, 4, 6, 8, and so on. I don't know, maybe counting by 5s is a common one. 5, 10, 15, 20, and then, like I said, all the way up to 12s would be a good one to learn, to memorize by heart. 12, 24, 36, 48, you just keep going. So, addition is basically just glorified counting. So if I say 5 plus 7, let's take 5 plus 7 as an example. What 5 plus 7 means is if I take 5 and count up by 7, what number am I going to land on? That's what 5 plus 7 literally means. So if I take 5 and count up by 7, I'm going to go 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And that's why 5 plus 7 is 12. This is obviously very basic stuff, seemingly very basic stuff, but that's what's happening. Is 5 plus 7 is saying start at 5 and count up by 7, and vice versa. 7 plus 5 is saying start at 7 and count up by 5. So 7 going up by 5, you go 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then you're at 12. So same thing. So like I said, addition is just glorified counting. So what happens when we get to the place where we have 2-digit numbers, which are much harder to, just sit and count by, because you don't want to, let's say I did 14 plus 63. You're not going to sit here and start at 14 and count up by 63. That would be absurd. Rather, you learn this other way of adding, probably way back in elementary school sometime, where we add the ones column first and then we add the tens column. So the ones column, you have 4 and 3, so 4 plus 3 is 7. And in the tens column, you have 1 and 6, which is 7. So the final answer is 77. And, let's do another example where we have to carry. Let's do, 15 plus 77. So we'll take our old answer. So 15 plus 77, the 7 plus 5 gives us a 12. So we put a 2 down here and we carry the 1. and then we add the tens column. 7 plus 1 plus 1 gives us 9. And so this is some examples of adding where you're not gonna, start at 15 and count up by 77. That would take all day long, and you probably wouldn't even know if you counted up by 77 when you got to the 92. So what's happening, what I want to go over basically in this video is what is actually happening here when we carry this 1. Why do we have to carry the 1? So I'm going to take this particular problem and break it down a little bit further on the next page. So continuing on, we're going to take the problem, like I said, 15 plus 77, and we're going to break it down a little bit further and talk about the carry. So 15 plus 77. If you watch my video on number systems, this will make really perfect sense to you, probably. If you haven't, I definitely recommend watching it, and then after you watch it, it will probably make perfect sense. So 15 consists of 1 10 and 5 1s. That is the number 15. 77 consists of 7 10s and 7 1s, right? So when we're adding 77 plus 15, what we first do is we take the 7 and the 5 and we add them. And what we end up with is 12. So if you take 7 plus 5, you get 12. Well, 12 now consists of 1 10 and 2 1s. And so when we're adding here, we want to, the reason why you carry is because, your teachers, when they taught you this, they want to make it simple for you. So instead of, really explaining what's happening, they just tell you, oh, if you get a double-digit number, you just carry the 1. Well, the reason why you have to do that is because 7 plus 5 is 12, which gives us a 2 in the 1's place and a 1 in the 10's place. And so what you do is you write your 2 in the 1's place, and instead of writing your 1 in the 10's place, they just have you carry the 1. It's still in the 10's place right here. You see this? These are all in the 10's place. This 7 from the 77 and this 1 from the 15. Those are in the 10's place. And so just to make it simple for you, now you can see, oh, I have this 1 in the 10's plus this 7 in the 10's plus this 1 in the 10's, which gives me 9 in the 10's. And that's your final answer. So the whole reason for carrying the 1 is just for simplicity. But what you're really doing is you're just looking at, so for 77 plus 15, you're basically breaking it down into 70, which is the 7 10s from the 77, the 7 1s from the 77, the 1 10 from the 15, and then the 5 1s from the 15. And then this gets regrouped to where you're adding your 10s and you're adding your 1s. 70 plus 10 is 80, and 7 plus 5 is 12, and we can easily see that 80 plus 12 is 92. Alright, so hopefully after that content you feel a little bit more comfortable with addition. Keep an eye out for the next video that will be posted on multiplication, which is heavily related to addition. And then in the future, we're going to be taking a look at subtraction and division. Take a look down in the description below for the link to the problem set for this video. And hope you guys have a great day. And always remember, don't cheat.